What is going on, everyone? XenoGenesis Productions here. Welcome back to another video. So today you can see I have some Madden 15 gameplay here for you guys. I'm going to be playing into the Super Bowl matchup with the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm going to be playing as the New England Patriots. It's a pretty close game. I kind of choke in the end, but it's a pretty close game. Tom Brady gets hurt for me, so it just doesn't end the way I wanted it to. But you know, I like both these teams. I like the Patriots, I like the Seahawks. I don't really care who wins the Super Bowl. They're two really good teams that really couldn't fight it out. A lot of people are picking the Seahawks, but today I'm going to be talking about the Super Bowl, my predictions, and my summaries of the two championship games, the NFC game and the AFC game. So here on my channel, I like to talk about football. I'm a big football fan. I've always loved football, and I'm a big football fan, so I like talking about football a lot. Now, we're going to start off with the NFC Championship game because that was the first game in the, in the day of championship games. Now, the NFC game obviously was the Green Bay Packers. I believe they were the second seed at the Seattle Seahawks, who were the first seed. Now, the Seattle Seahawks obviously have their 12th man at CenturyLink Field. They're very famous for, making the earth shake, really. I mean, they're just the loudest stadium in football. The Seattle Seahawks got off to a pretty quick start. Richard Sherman, not surprisingly, got a clutch interception in the end zone from Aaron Rodgers. Got a clutch interception from Aaron Rodgers in the very first drive of the game, I believe it was. But then Russell Wilson comes out and throws a pick right then and there, and then it just goes downhill for the Seahawks. I think Russell Wilson got 3 interceptions in the first half, it was just an ugly half of football. I think they got I think the Seahawks got 11 total rushing yards in the first quarter, which is just the worst thing ever. I think Russell Wilson got also a 0 passing rate in the first quarter. So it was horrible, absolutely horrible football, or horrible display of football by the Seattle Seahawks in the first quarter. Second quarter, pretty much the same thing continued. The Packers pretty much just dominated them the entire time, but they only managed to score 16 points because the Packers just didn't want to go for it on fourth down. They were at fourth down pretty much on the 1-yard line 2 times, and they kicked the field goal both times. I think they should have at least taken the chance one time. Quarterback sneaked it. You got Aaron Rodgers. I do know he has a calf injury, so he may not be able to do the quarterback sneak, but you at least have Eddie Lacy, who's a very good power running back. He just punched it in for a touchdown, and if the Packers did that, they would have won the game, obviously. So the Packers just played too conservative. They really needed to go for a touchdown. That's what the playoffs are all about. Playoffs are all about taking chances and taking risks, and they just didn't take them. But the Packers go into the tunnel, and at halftime it's a 16-0 lead against the Seattle Seahawks, and pretty much that's when things kind of started changing. It was a little bit just wacky in the second quarter. In the third quarter, the first touchdown by the Seahawks all day was on a fake field goal attempt where the punter threw it to a lineman for a nice touchdown, nice little lob. I think it was actually the first punter in postseason history to ever throw a touchdown pass in a postseason playoff game. So that was pretty cool to witness. I knew it was a touchdown as soon as he threw it. I saw him throw the ball. It was at a weird camera angle, but I saw him throw the football, and as soon as I looked down the field, I instantly said touchdown before the ball even got to the lineman, because I knew he was going to catch it. He was right there. It's like a lob pass. If he dropped it, he should have been fired anyway. But that was the only touchdown they had. So it's 16-7. The Packers still kind of look like they're in a little bit of control here, and then things start taking a really weird turn. We're gonna just go ahead to the ending. Actually, we're gonna go ahead to the ending now, and the Seattle Seahawks, they're down. What was it here? It was 19, 18, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. I believe it was 19-12. No, it wasn't. It couldn't have been. I can't remember. Oh no. Yeah, no, it was what was it? It wasn't 8, was it? No, I can't remember how many points they had after that touchdown. I'm gonna have to go ahead and look up the NFC Championship 2015. But it was just a crazy finish with it was a very crazy finish within the fourth quarter and into the overtime. But yes, okay, so in the third quarter, sorry about the pause. I'm very sorry about that, guys. Okay, in the third quarter, it was 13-7. And 16-7, excuse me, 16-7 in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, after 16-7, the Packers got 2 more field goals, which once again they could have got touchdowns, but it was 16-7. And then 16 plus 6 is 22. So, and then, you know, the Seahawks really just needed to grind stuff out, and the Seahawks had got 15 points in the fourth quarter. Now, how they did that is unbelievable. Okay, so, you know, it's 22 to 7 going into the fourth quarter. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, you know, scoring a touchdown, and then, you know, it was a touchdown it was a touchdown with Russell Wilson on the option play. Now, what really went wrong for the Packers is Steven Hauschka converted a successful onside kick, where the Packers, if they got the onside kick, could have pretty much put the game away right there. And the Packers hands team came out, and the guy had the ball on his chest. The Packers guy had the onside kick on his chest, and it bounces off his hands and his chest right into the Seattle Seahawks player. It was probably the most, he's never going to forget that play, you know, for the rest of his life. He's never going to forget dropping that ball, because that might have ruined his only chance of ever getting to another Super Bowl. Whoever that was, I can't remember his actual name, but then Russell Wilson takes the ball. Russell Wilson then did what he did best, and he went right down the field, giving the ball to Deshaun Jackson. Not Deshaun Jackson, well, I'm really messed up today, guys. Giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch, and Marshawn Lynch runs it on in to the end zone, and it was just really cool for the Seahawks to do that. But then, you know, they still have to make the 2-point conversion, or else the game is still pretty much over. So Russell Wilson, you know, he snaps the ball, he's running back, he has to go backwards because the play is pretty much broken up, you know, people just start scrambling around. He lobs the ball up in the air like it's a Hail Mary. He did a 2-yard Hail Mary, and the ball somehow gets caught cleanly by like the tight end, I believe, and he runs it in. That's the play that blew my mind. The fact that he threw the ball straight up into the sky in a 2-point conversion, and it actually worked. You see that happen all the time when stuff like that happens, with broken plays and 2-point conversions. Just throw it in the end zone and just lob it. It actually worked, like, perfectly, and I don't understand it. So the game is all tied, and we go into overtime. And actually, no, before that, the game is not all tied. The Seahawks take the lead by 3, and which means Aaron Rodgers has to go down the field. And Aaron Rodgers goes down the field, you know, just like Aaron Rodgers does, gets the field goal, going to overtime. Long story short, the Seattle Seahawks, I think, take, 3 plays in overtime to go a nice, easy touchdown. Like, 3 plays right down the middle of the field. Seahawks go to the Super Bowl. Now, the Patriots. Even though there was a scandal that people thought that the ball was, like, kind of deflated. I don't know why, like, people, like, complaining about the ball being deflated. I don't know. But yeah, there's a whole scandal going on right now about that. People don't know if that actually happened. But the Patriots came into halftime at 17-7 lead, and then they just blew up with 21 points in the third quarter, and eventually won 45-7. So it was just a really wacky looking game for the Patriots. It was just a joke to watch, basically. You know, I was looking forward to that game a lot because I really thought Andrew Luck really had something in him, and apparently he didn't. And the Colts got absolutely embarrassed in Foxborough. So obviously Chuck Pagol or whatever has some work to do in the offseason here. They got a lot of drafts to make. Reggie Wayne, that could have possibly been Reggie Wayne's last game of his career. It was the first person Chuck Pagol actually called when he actually became coach of the Colts. But it might have been the last game we've ever seen of Reggie Wayne. Very legendary wide receiver. He's definitely could be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's just been a very good wide receiver over the years. So congrats to Reggie Wayne. If he does retire, he deserves it. Yeah. Also, Peyton Manning, that might have been his last game too. In the divisional game when he lost to the Colts, that might have been his last game. Very legendary career as well. But yeah, Andrew Luck definitely had something in him. He's been to the playoffs, I think, all 3 years of his career, right? So Andrew Luck's doing a pretty good start. People, you know, criticizing Andrew Luck because he hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl yet, but give him some time, guys. You know, he's been in the league for only 3 years now, and there's been so many few quarterbacks that have ever made it to the Super Bowl within their first 3 years. Ben Roethlisberger. But that's all I have time for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. This ending kind of sucked to the Super Bowl for me in this Madden gameplay. I was mad because I wanted to make a nice game-winning drive, but you know, like I said, I don't care about who wins the Super Bowl. I like both teams. I like the Seahawks and the Patriots, but a lot of my friends at school are actually choosing the Seahawks. So I guess we'll see how it plays out. Super Bowl takes place on February the 1st, I believe. Of 2015. I cannot wait for the Super Bowl. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very exciting. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I will see you guys all later. Take care. Have a nice day. And goodbye.